Welcome to the class. What is the date? 19th September. When this batch is going to commence? 20th September, correct? How many lectures I take to complete the whole course? 110 plus, correct? 110 or 118. In fact, in the last batch, I have taken 118 2-hour classes. Good. Approximate 118 means 120. How many months? It should take 4. आप कैसे होगा जी? 118 classes के लिए. Are you willing to come 7 days a week? Are you willing to come 7 days a week? I am asking the questions from you. Are you willing to come 7 days a week for the class? No one comes यार. No one. कपड़े धोने होते हैं कि नहीं धोने होते हैं? कपड़े भी धोने होते हैं, बाकी काम भी करना होता है लोगों को, स्टूडेंट्स को. मुझे नहीं, मैं तो संडे को भी आता हूँ. मैक्सिमम क्लास कितनी दिन होती है? 6 days a week. गुड. सो मंथ में हाउ मेनी क्लासेस मैक्सिमम? हाउ मेनी क्लासेस? 25. करेक्ट. So if it is 25 classes and if there is a Holi, Diwali and something then 15th August there has to be a national holiday. 15th August, correct? Maximum 24 classes a month. So for 120 classes, how many months? 5 months. Good. My batch starts like this. What is the total duration of the course? 5 months. Good. And class must be what? Interactive. आपको उत्तर देना है, मुझे नहीं देना है. You have to answer the question. How many months? 5 months. Good. Today is 19th. Batch will start from 20th. 5 months. 8 5 months. 8 5 months and arrive at the deadline. कैलकुलेटर की जरूरत नहीं है, दिमाग से फिजिक्स के स्टूडेंट हो. नथिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड. यू जस्ट टेल मी व्हाट शुड बी द डेडलाइन फॉर 120 क्लासेस नॉन स्टॉप. What's 5 months, correct? Which February? 20th February. Deadline. What is the deadline of this batch? 20th February. Not for you. Deadline for whom? The people who are sitting this side, who are joining from today. The people who are joining from today, batch is going to commence from tomorrow. Today is the orientation class, correct? In other teachers' words, it is called orientation class, and in my words, 0th class. Vajpayee Sir always calls this class as a 0th class, because in physics there is a 0th law. No other subject there is a 0th law, correct? Every subject there is a first law, second law, third law, but in physics there is 0th law in thermodynamics, correct? 0th law of thermodynamics. So classes are 0 class. Today's class is 0 class. Why it is 0 class? How I number the classes? On the basis of whether that class is counted towards the prescribed syllabus. If it is counted towards reducing the prescribed syllabus, then the class is counted. If it is not reducing the syllabus, it is 0 class. And throughout the whole course, I will be taking about 4 5 0 classes. Throughout the whole course, I will be taking 4 to 5 0 classes. Basically, they are orientation, motivation, framework setting, strategy class, whatever name you call. Good. 4 5 classes. So that is how it is about typically 120 classes, 122 hour classes. Then another word I use, Feynman golden standard. क्या? Feynman golden standard. If you would have done M.Sc in physics and studied quantum mechanics, then you would have studied Fermi golden rule, correct? Fermi golden rule. Copied Fermi golden rule. When I started teaching, I based my classes, one of my role model of my teacher also, Professor R.P. Feynman, Richard P. Feynman. He died in 1988 when I was a student. And lot of profiling in newspapers were published by Professor Feynman, who was regarded as one of the best communicators in the world of physics. Not researchers. He was a great researcher. He was a professor at MIT. His lecture notes are still standard bearer in the world of physics. But he is regarded as one of the best communicators in the world of physics. Name is Richard P. Feynman. Professor R. P. Feynman, Feynman lecture notes, correct? To honor him, I borrowed from Fermi Golden Rule, I call Feynman Golden Standard. And he says in lectures, when he used to take in MIT 1964 to 1968, for introducing complex things of physics in very simple and lucid style, he said that the physics class world over should not be more than 90 minutes. Because if the class is more than of 90 minutes duration of physics, then the reception of the students falls exponentially. Reception of students receiving the class falls exponentially. Who said that? R.P. Feynman in his lecture notes, beginning of the preface of lecture notes, somewhere that thing is written. That was in background of my mind. So he never used to take class more than 90 minutes. And rest, whatever the 30 minutes, 20 minutes, that is typically interaction. Talk with the students or journal. So because if I want to give a talk with the students, here people are coming from different cross sections, different levels of understanding, then class will become unsynchronized. Coherence of the class will be lost. Good. So typically I do not give freedom to you to interact. What I do? Most often I have converted the remaining 30 minutes of the class as motivational class. Every day you must be seeing in my YouTube channel my short videos. Good. Short videos is nothing but a motivational class as a part of design of this course. When I designed this course 23 years ago, I started teaching for physics optional in 1998. Hardly I was 26 years old. And full class. Not that I was teaching for 10 to 12 students. I was teaching full class at that time. The people who were taking the exam with me, they came by paying fees. At that time, fees used to be 8,000 rupees. Because I think, I feel, I know there is no free lunch. If anybody is going to offer you free lunch, that means the person is great cheater. There is no free lunch. दुनिया में कभी भी किसी को फ्री में खाना नहीं मिलता है. There is no free lunch. So fees has to be paid. Whatever you are doing, if the classes are deserving of that, long back, not now. At that time, telling you about 1998 when I started teaching. Fees was 8,000 at that time. My class was 28 students came for the first class. I myself have scored one of the highest marks in this subject twice, 93 and 94. I have taken this exam 4 times. During my time, I mean 91 to 9. My time means 91 to 95 when I was a student. And at the age of 25, my cycle was over. Because my life is a real example of planning. One thing only I have been believing throughout life, and which I expect my every student to follow all the time, that whatever great you have to achieve in life, whatever big you have to achieve in life, that comes from planning. Nothing is random and arbitrary. Nothing happens arbitrarily and randomly in life. Everything has to be planned. That is life. Therein lies your smartness. If I call someone is smart, smart doesn't mean that you are smart from looks. If your looks are smart, that will add on to value. Definitely that will add on to value if you are smart by looks. But who is smart according to me? Alert mind and have got first element of smartness is planned approach. And planning must be holistic, complete plan. If A is not successful, I will go for the B. But definitely I will plan for the A. We will make all efforts for the best plan. But if best plan does not succeed, then I should have ready with the alternative plan. So planning is very important in my life. My life planning has been very, very important. 21 to 25, there were 4 attempts during my time. I took my all 4 attempts. 2 attempts I wasted because I was doing M.Phil during that time, and my focus was that I have to complete this M.Phil also, and I have to do well in my classroom program also. I did my M.Phil in physics from Jawaharlal Nehru University, School of Environmental Sciences. Atmospheric science was my subject matter, and I was in area 1, which was basically physics and maths area. And in my first semester, 91, when I took the prelims for the first time, my focus was that I have to top in the class, so that my research work and everything is taken care of. I have to have a good impression on the teachers, so that I can save time for my preparation in the other things. That was the plan. And that is why my first semester focus was doing well in the class. So I did extremely well in my academic class in M.Phil coursework. There were 6 courses in the M.Phil program during my time. Only 6 courses, 24 credit courses were there. I took 5. And many of the people who copied with me, they flunked, because typically people used to opt for 3 to 4 courses. I opted for 5, because in IIT typically people opt for 5 to 6 courses, 5 to 6 academic programs and 3 to 4 labs. And I thought this whole course I can opt in 1 semester itself. But they didn't allow me. So I opted for 5 courses and did well. And during that process, what happened? I had my optionals physics and maths. I couldn't do justice with the mathematics, not with physics. Physics was always command, always. In my second year of B.Tech, I was teaching to the people who were doing M.Techs at IIT Bombay. I am a graduate of IIT Bombay, and before that, I did B.Sc physics, and that too 2 years. During my time, there was only 2 years. At the age of 15, I did my 12th class. At the age of 17, I did my B.Sc. At the age of 21, I completed my B.Tech. At the age of 23, I completed my M.Phil. And 24, 25, I was doing Ph.D. But my aim was not to complete Ph.D. My aim was to pass civil services examination. So 93 and 94, both the attempts I took very seriously and got one of the highest marks during that time. But my interview performance was poor, because I hope my personality was not suited for the administrative kind of job. But I scored extremely well in the written part. And at the age of 25, somehow I was out of the cycle. 25. And many of the times I will share, because today I will not share that whole story. And I call that getting up enlightenment. I become enlightened. And for enlightenment, I have to close myself 3 days in my room. And I thought, what life is in store for me. And then life was very clear, crystal clear before me. And whatever the path I have embarked upon, I have been fairly successful individual in my life. I am 52 years of age. And during this period, more than 600 students would have got into civil services, where my guidance would have been directly involved. Means I would have taught them in the classroom. And more than 1,000 students, 400 others, which are physics, mathematics, chemistry, general studies, interview guidance, which I would have guided in these last 23 years. I have been teaching from last 23 years non-stop. And typically how many batches in a year? 4 to 5. That means in a year I teach the course which I am going to start from tomorrow, mechanics. How many times I have taught? I am teaching mechanics in a year? 4 to 5 times. Every year since 98, I have been teaching mechanics. How many times in a year? 4 to 5. Good. 23 years non-stop. How many times I would have taught mechanics alone? Calculate. 23, because sometime 4, sometime 5. So that I give you minimum 4. 23 into 4. In fact, I have taught more than 130 batches. I have left counting. I have taught more than 130 batches, from classical mechanics to quantum mechanics to particle physics. Entire course of physics with 6-7 teachers of any department put together are not able to complete in a year. Any university or any college, how many teachers are there in physics department? Minimum 4 to 5, and they have to teach this course. Good, and they are not able to complete the whole course. And how many times I do the whole course? 4 to 5, correct? So do not think that I am teaching like a college teacher. Neither my speed matches to them, nor my level of experience matches to them. And day before yesterday, I was sharing very important thing, because more than a teacher, I am more mentor. More than a teacher, I consider myself as a mentor. Having vast experience of life, vast, in different disciplines and different walks of life. Many of the times I will say I am the person since student life who has been contesting elections, small elections. I have been a public figure. During my student life I am a public figure, even right now I am a public figure. I have to deal with the public all the time, and different kind of issues where I have to give the statements. I am on all social media platforms. Every year I go to different parts of the country and address public meetings which has nothing to do with physics. General public meetings, general. I have worked in Government of India for more than 21 years non-stop, and I have taken voluntary retirement in 2020, although I have gone for sabbatical in 2014. 14 to 19, 5 years sabbatical, and then 2020 January, I have taken full-time retirement to pursue my career of academics. In fact, 2014 onwards, I am doing full-time. My passion. Teaching physics is my passion. Teaching physics is my passion. Out of love and liking for the subject, I have decided to teach physics. Out of love and liking. I like the subject, that is why I have chosen the subject. Physics was an optional for me. Physics was also the way you have chosen physics to be an optional subject. I have also chosen physics to be an optional subject. During my time there used to be 2 optionals, physics and maths. I even teach certain portions of mathematics. I had a freedom to teach different things. I prepared for civil services examination, passed civil services examination. My GS was also outstanding. I could have made a career teaching something in GS. That is much simpler than teaching physics. Why I decided to teach physics? Because I enjoy doing physics. I like physics. I talk in the language and idiom of physics. Good. So who opts for physics? Who should opt for physics? What is the first requirement person opting for physics? Otherwise they should not opt for physics. Beginning, don't waste your time and energy, because this is one of the toughest competitions in the country, toughest competition which you are aiming to pass. Not everybody will pass in this class. Don't think that everybody who is doing my class are going to pass or being successful in this exam. Not at all. If this class is the best, then according to me, only 10% people, 10 to 15% people are going to be successful out of the class. Good. But if batch is 50, this class is 50. Out of 50, what is the 15%? 6. 7 or 8 students are successful in a class. And this is the best class anywhere in the country, where in this class, whosoever is sitting, if you will see within 2-3 years, from this very batch, 6 to 7 students are going to pass. Their names and photographs will be published by different coaching institutes. They are doing classroom with us, but their names and photographs will be published by other coaching institutes also. Good. But how many? Best batch, 6 to 7. What is the success rate? 15%. Maximum. That is my expectation. So everybody cannot pass in this class also. Good. So only difference is who is going to be qualifying and who is not going to qualify. Everybody is at the same intrinsic level. Not that your intrinsic level or someone is more smarter than you. Everybody is equally smarter. Try to appreciate the person who is opting for physics. They must have background in physics. Physics is not a subject like history or sociology or political science which any Tom, Dick and Harry can aspire to opt. If you have decided to opt for physics, You feel yourself confident in physics. You like the subject. First thing is you like the subject. The very same way I like the subject, I enjoy the subject, you also like and enjoy the subject. If you are liking and enjoying the subject, then everything can be built in. Everything whatever is required. If you do not like the subject, you feel that it is difficult, I will not be able to do that. Please don't start your journey. This is zero class, and that is why it is a zero class. Because this is general Udbodhan. I am addressing to you all, and every student I address who should opt for the physics. First of all, in their heart, they think that they should be in top 15 to 20%. I can displace the persons of similar level. That feeling has to be there within you. If that feeling is not within you, no one can generate that feeling. And this exam is generating that feeling. Until unless you have got within you that I can displace, whatever is required I will do. I am not less than anybody else who is sitting in my class. You are going to be successful. First guidance, first mantra for being successful is that confidence in you, yourself. Whatever other person says is immaterial. Whatever I think, I know what I am. You know what you are. You should not require a certificate by somebody else to say that you know physics or you do not know physics. You feel proud that whatever is required. What will give you the confidence? Go and see the paper, question paper. You have answered those kind of questions in the exam. After looking at the question paper, you feel that I can answer these questions. Ultimately, you have to make the question paper correct. That's it. What is being evaluated? Your performance in a 3-hour paper is being evaluated. I will be able to do that. Every successful person does that. Good. And every class, I keep on saying this because it is oft repeated things. So I am also starting this batch with what is the difference between successful and not successful. Anybody this side? What is the qualities which a successful person should have, and what the qualities the person who is not successful he has? What is the difference between a person who is going to be successful other than confidence in his or her abilities, which I said? First thing is that you have to think yourself that I am going to do it. That means self-confidence. Self-confidence is very important. Good. But self-confidence can be false also. This is not a prerequisite. Self-confidence is not a prerequisite to be passing the exam. What is required? Only 2 traits I say. They are required, and every batch I say it is repeated things which I quantify. Only 2 things are required. What? Sustained hard work. And good planning, correct plan. Sustained hard work and plan. Plan means strategy. Successful persons have got a plan. Big task can be divided into smaller tasks and can be accomplished easily. If you have devised a plan, anything can be accomplished. Not only preparation of physics, anything, whole preparation. You have to see the whole holistic preparation. Mains, civil services mains. Optional is in which stage? Mains. Good. How many marks for mains? If you do not know, write down and remember. These are the certain equations which I always keep on repeating. How many marks for the mains? 1750. Good. Out of 1750, what is the weight for optional? 500. Good. 500 out of 1750 is the weight for optional. Good. What is that weight? 28%. Exactly 28%. Good. 72% is GS plus SA. Remember. So before 2013, that means up to 2012, what was the scheme of exam? Optional used to be 2 optional, 600 marks each, and GS was just 600 marks. Good. And SA was 200 marks. Total exam was 2000 marks. Correct. So out of 2000 marks, what was the weight of the optional? 1200. 60% weight was there for the optional. Good. Before 2013, optionals had what weight? 60% weight. Good. After 2013, optional is having weight of only 28%. So even if you do exceedingly well in the optional, you are not going to be successful. Correct. First notion is that this examination requires what? Balanced approach. If your GS is not good, if your essay is not good, your writing style is not good, you are not going to be successful in this exam, because whatever has worked before 2013 will not work now, because optional has got the weight of just 28%. Good. That is the first lesson. So any strategy, any advice, anything which is before 2013 is not going to work. All data which is important to you is after 2013. Physics is the subject which is having success rate of 10% plus. Physics is the subject which is having success rate of 10% plus. Correct? I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Not that I am a god, so everything whatever I am saying is correct. How to check that I may be wrong or correct? Go to the basics, go to the originals from where I am giving my statement. Good. Ask. Go and cross check. What you can do? How to have a faith? Whatever I am saying is correct. Not that you will have the faith, I am saying it is, you have to have faith. You have to develop a faith. How faith is to be developed? You have to cross check whatever I am saying from standard sources, because everywhere, either in the class or generally speaking, I will keep on sharing what are my sources of information. Good. Because whenever you do research, what is the most important aspect? Bibliography. What are your sources? From where you are basing your literature review? Good. Biblio is extremely important. So I am talking in terms of what is the basis on which I said 10.1% is 10 plus 10% plus is the success rate. I will share because pata nahi. I will say 10% plus is the success rate of physics optional. This is based on UPSC reports. UPSC is a constitutional body which conducts so many exams for Group A and Group B services. Constitutionally mandated body under Article 315. Under Article 315 of Constitution, UPSC is a constitutional body which have been enshrined to conduct exam for Group A and Group B services under Union of India. Whatever Group A and Group B services under Union of India, who had been interested, that responsibility UPSC. And constitutional body has got certain requirements. Requirement is that the body, whatever they have done, because their salaries and allowances are drawn from consolidated fund of India. That is why it is a constitutional body. Constitutional body means it has been mentioned into the constitution. It finds mention in the constitution, Article 315, and its salaries and allowances of the persons manning that body are derived from consolidated fund of India. Good. That is what is a constitutional body. So there are certain requirements what that body has to do, because they are drawing their salaries from the constitution. Therefore requirement is that they have to submit whatever they are doing in 1 year. They have to submit their report to the ultimately to the House of People, Parliament, President, and in turn that report is submitted to the House of People so that it can be examined. So UPSC, whatever in a year it is doing, whether it is doing everything according to constitution, is given in their reports. Latest report of UPSC, which is the latest report? Batao, 71st latest report for the year 2021, March 21. Latest report for period ending March 21. That is published, not 22. March 22 is not published. March 21 is published. That report is called 71st report. Where those reports are available? On their website. On their website. What is the UPSC website? upsc.gov.in. Everybody should remember. UPSC's website is upsc.gov.in. Go and cross check what are the reports. 71 report, 70th report, so on and so forth. In 70th first report, they have given data up to civil services examination 2019. 2020 data is not there. 2020 they have said how many people have appeared. With physics optional, 129 people have appeared. In 2020, civil services examination 2020, whose result has been declared, How many people have appeared? 129. Prior to that, how many appeared? 165 appeared. Prior to that, 140 appeared, so on and so forth. Good. I have compiled the number of, from all those reports, from 2013 to 2020, all data I have compiled. How many people have appeared? How many people have been successful with physics optional? Final successful. Their names have been published. Real success rate is double than that. Double of that. In fact, 2.5 of that with physics optional. Why I will tell you, try to understand that point. Whatever the data UPSC has given, I have taken that data. Good. UPSC has said 140 appeared, 12 passed. Those 12 are the final successful candidates, not with physics optional. With the optional, more than 2.5 times people appear at the interview level. Personality test, whatever is the total number of vacancies, 2.5 to 2.6 times of the candidates are called to appear at the personality test. That means they are able to qualify the mains exam. In physics also it is 2.6 or 2.7 factor, more than the normal factor for the physics. But many of the physics people, many of them, they flunk the personality test and they flunk the prelims also. Very important things in the beginning itself I am talking. Most of the people with the physics are having fight where? In prelims. In CSE 2020, how many people have appeared with the physics? That is given in the report. Only 129. Only 129. That means only 129 people with the physics background have been able to qualify prelims. Only 129. Good. So biggest fight. You know why B.Sc, M.Sc background people typically do not pass. And maximum success rate is in this exam is to whom? Engineering graduates. That is another data. More than 66% candidates successful in civil service examination are having what background? Engineering background. But science background success rate is poor. Why? Because engineers are typically having, they have, everybody, whether you science or engineering, both of them have got good analytical skills. So analytical skills are nothing. I should say that B.Sc people are not having analytical skills and engineers are having extra. Not at all. Analytical skills are good. Both of you are able to qualify CSET. Both of you are able to qualify CSET. But CSET is just qualifying. If analytical skills are good, then you are able to qualify. What is the advantage? You can qualify CSET. Good. But for qualifying prelims, where is the score being tested? Paper 1. And paper 1 is a test of what? Conventional and current affairs. Conventional. And any physics person, B.Sc or M.Sc physics background people have never studied economics. Have they ever studied economics there in any academic curriculum? Never. Have they ever studied political science? Never. Have they ever studied constitution? Never. Have they ever studied history? Never. Correct? So the person who is studying these things for throughout life, they are having distinct advantage or not? Engineers on that front also have got little advantage. Engineers on that front also have got little advantage, because engineering degree anywhere in the world is qualified and by having more than 20% curriculum from humanities disciplines. Humanities, study of humanities disciplines is compulsory world over in the engineering program. Engineers also study your sociology, engineers study psychology, engineers study lot of economics. Every engineering graduate studies at least 2 courses of economics and general courses also. Good. So where is the first fight? Prelims. Good. Remember that. And where is the role of optional? Mains. Good. So any person having background in physics, B.Sc or M.Sc, they are the best suited for what? Mains. Doing well in mains. Good. So if you do not pass in prelims, does the optional have got any role? No role. Optional does not have any role. Because in prelims, your knowledge of physics is not being tested. What is being tested? Knowledge of your general things. So you have to build up. It is not difficult. Reading history and reading your political science and reading constitution is not difficult. But you have not been trained. But the person who has been trained throughout life in those disciplines, they have got inherently distinct advantage. You have to bridge that gap. By self-study or by doing coaching, you have to bridge that gap. And that is the data. That is the data suggests that number of people with the physics optional, whenever this new pattern of prelims has been, and in fact before 2013, prelims used to be different. During that time there used to be one optional in prelims. Before 2013 there used to be one optional. So for example, I opted physics as my optional. Physics was my optional in prelims also. That is why physics is my first subject. There were two optionals. The person whatever they used to take the pre, that was their typically first optional. So now there is no optional, only one GS is to be tested. So subject is not to be blamed for this. Only thing why I am doing all these discussions, because B.Sc and M.Sc background people feel that they are very less number of people are passing with that background. Reason is not with the optional. And another myth or negative factor, that people with physics are passing with 4th or 5th attempt. That also happens. If people with physics are passing in 3rd or 4th attempt, then optional is good or bad? Tell me, new persons. If the person, you see that result with the physics optional, some person has got the top rank with physics and the attempt is 4th, then what do you typically think? No, what do you typically think? That is optional is good or optional is bad? Typical notation is that physics has taken 4 or 5 attempts. Typical impression, correct? It is not a proper way of interpreting the things. If physics is an optional subject, if you have got a chance to write down the mains for all the 4 or 5 attempts, and two mains, your marks in physics is poor, are you going to repeat that? Physics is an optional subject. And if you do not get good marks in 2 of the mains with the physics optional, are you going to go ahead with the same subject for the 3rd time? And if you are going to go ahead with the same subject 3rd time, you are a fool of the first order. You should never be successful. Good. So what typically, if people are carrying on with the physics for 3rd attempt, 4th attempt, 5th attempt, that means their marks in the optional was good. Their marks in the optionals were good, but otherwhere, at the GS or in SA or somewhere else, their marks were not good. So they knew my strength is the optional. I have done well in optional. Let me focus on the GS. If my GS will also go well, I will succeed in the exam. That is why they keep on taking the subject for the many times. If they are not doing well in the optional for 2nd or 3rd attempt onwards, then people typically switch optionals. Good. So if the people are successful in physics in 3rd attempt or 4th attempt or 5th attempt, it is the strength and positive factor in favor of optional. Good. And so what I have done, I have compiled the report of UPSC from 2013 to 2019, which data is available, and I counted how many people have appeared total and how many of them are successful. Total from 13 to 19. And that success rate comes to be more than 10%. And I hope I will show that. ये क्या कर रहा है भैया? चला गया इंटरनेट? हाँ जी, ठीक है जी। क्या कर रहा है? ब्लिंक कर रहा है। जब भी कोई इंपॉर्टेंट काम होता है ना, क्या करता है इंटरनेट? ब्लिंक करता है। गुड। जिंदगी में एक मैसेज मैं हमेशा देता हूँ, आई ऑलवेज गिव द मैसेज दैट यू ऑलवेज गेट whatever you most dislike. Smart persons always get, most of the time, most fools are their friends. So live with whatever you get. Did you get the message? Didn't get. Extremes, if you are smart, then the people who are surrounding you, most of the time they are fools of the first order. And two smarts will not go together. If there are two smarts, then they will not go together. Or most often, you have to live with those people whom you do not like. Many other times, in the life what happens? You admire, everybody admires the company of good people. Everybody admires the company of good people. But you happen to live with the people who are not that good. You have to live, that is life. That is life. Good. So I do not have anything to show today, because that is not working. I have compiled the entire data of the last 8 years, summed up how many people have taken the exam with the physics optional as per UPSC reports, and how many have been successful. Good. That data I have compiled, I will show you in the table. Good. How many of you read Civil Services Chronicle magazine? Have you ever heard there is a magazine called Civil Services Chronicle? Have you have seen that magazine? Heard about it only. You have never seen that magazine. That magazine was published in 1990 when I was taking the exam for the first time. One of the best magazines. One of the best magazines for preparation of Civil Services exam. What is the name? Civil Services Chronicle. It is being sold everywhere. You can also go through. Civil Services Chronicle. My article is published in the month of this month, October magazine. Issue of October magazine, they have come up with a strategy article on the optional. Strategy article, how to go ahead for the science optionals. I have given the comparative data for last from 13 to 19, 7 years, subject by subject. How many people have appeared total and how many people are successful. Good. Physics is a good optional. Why good optional? Success rate is what? 10%. Verified success rate. Kasi? Verified. This is UPSC success. But according to me, what is that success rate? What is according to me that success rate? Double nahi? 25%. According to me, success rate is 25%. Try to see how. If there are 12 people successful, if there are 12 people finally successful according to UPSC, then you ask from me how many people have taken the interview? More than 30. More than 30. So out of 145, how many have got a call, interview call? 30. 30 people are getting a call. And they are getting a call. Most of them are getting a call. Most of them. Courtesy physics, not GS. Courtesy physics, they are getting a call. Correct? So according to me, how many are successful? 30 are successful, not 10, 12. What UPSC is publishing? 30 people have got a call. I have got a role in mentoring those 30 students who are taking the mains examination. Who have been not taking the mains. Mains examination are taking by how many? 140. Average data is 140, 150. That is the average data. 150 people are taking the mains exam. Out of 150, minimum, I am taking 30 people are taking the interview. That means 20% people are successful. That is the success rate of the optional. Physics is the subject which offers you success rate of what? 20%. Any year. Any year. I will give you an exercise. Because I would have showed you, according to UPSC data, how many have passed in last 7 years out of total. Total was about 900 people have taken the exam. 100 plus have passed. 130 approximately have been totally successful from 2013 to 19. Only my focus area is, year of focus is 2013 to 2019. Because 20 onwards statistics is not available. UPSC has not given the statistics. 2013 to 2019. About 8 years. About 900 people have appeared total, and 130 plus has passed. That success rate was about 10 point something. Exactly you can calculate. 10.1% was the success rate according to that compilation. According to me, that success rate is 20% in the subject. Good. And fortunately, I can share you, I am giving you an exercise. Go from my website, from dasindia.com website, and see the result from 2013 onwards. Kya? Physics believes in quantification. First chapter in physics is, why the first? Where does how the physics will start? Units and measurements. What is the first chapter in physics? Units and measurements. You should have ability to measure the things. Measure height kitna, weight kitna, temperature kitna, pressure kitna, velocity kitni. All those things you must be in a position to measure and appreciate. That is the first chapter in physics, because physics believes in quantification, assigning numbers. We will not talk about this. We have to talk in terms of facts and figures. That is the physics. Units and measurement is the first chapter. So the very same way I am telling you, total 998 has appeared and 100 plus have been successful. Success rate is 10% plus. I am giving you another exercise. Go from my website and check the number of students with the physics optional being successful from 2013 to 2019. In that particular year, almost all. If there is a 98, in my list, my website would have also numbered 98 only. It will be not less than that. My website will not, so almost all, then I should say 100%. I am saying almost all. Good. Why? In fact, number of candidates selected from my website may be even little more than the total number of students selected with physics. I have claimed with physics that I have written the name of the student, given the subject, with what subject he or she has passed. Number of students with DIAS results, if you check from 2013 to 2019, almost it will be either same or it will be more than that. How it can be more than that? Can you think? Number of people passing with physics is 100 out of 980, let us say. And I am saying my students are either same or even more. It can be even more than that. Total number of candidates passing with physics is 100. Multiple times कहाँ से हो गए? GS, I have written the results by the optional.
Maybe last year के students
Every year I am counting. I am giving you even overlapping. I am not saying that. I am not saying the numbers. I am just overlapping. If there are students passing into that many years exam 2013, then I have counted all of them. How it can be more? I can tell you how it can be more. There may be few more, not very much. Few more, or maybe at least it is the same. Some you have studied with me physics, and after second attempt you change to sociology, or third attempt to change to sociology. According to me, you are a student of what? Physics. You are a student of physics. If you have changed, for with me you have taken the coaching of what? Physics. There are 3-4 such students also. There is Rahul Dwivedi one, and there is another person, 2010-8 also. They have changed. And Ravi Prakash was there. There was one student 54 rank. And in fact, he would have got much better rank. And he changed to some political science, and his score was hardly 240. Got 54th rank in some 17 or 18 exam. Ravi Prakash. But he was my student for what optional? Physics optional. So I know his form is there for what? Physics. He took the exam and he changed the subject some 1 or 2 attempts. So for me it is he was a student of physics. So 1 or 2 this kind of misreporting has happened. So due to that, sometimes that can be even more than that. I am writing in physics, but actually he has taken the final exam with. Otherwise everybody whosoever is written, 100% correlation. Whosoever has passed more or less, they are all my classroom program, my institute students. Almost everybody in the physics optional in the last 8 years, and that is the only data which is relevant. Correct? So what you have gained? What you have gained? One, you have understood what is Feynman golden standard. What is Feynman golden standard? In today's class, one definitional word I have used, because I will keep on repeating. You have to, if you are doing my class, then you have to be with me for how many months? 5 months, non-stop. Starting from tomorrow, you will be here up to 20th February. 5 months. So you have to adopt to everything whatever is done into the class. So I have used first definitional term is Feynman golden standard. What is Feynman golden standard? How do I define Feynman golden standard? Class must be for what duration? 90 minutes. And 30 minutes is just motivational talk and something. Good. 90 minutes of a class, that is what I call Feynman golden standard. None of the classes I am teaching physics for more than 90 minutes. Good. How many of you have gone through the syllabus of UPSC? How many of you have gone through? This side only I am asking. I am not asking that side. How many of you have gone through the syllabus? Only 4. Good. Only 4 you have gone through. 5. How many of them are sitting this side at least? कितने होंगे बताओ इधर बैठे हुए? 25-30 तो होंगे कम से कम. First thing is that you should go through what? Syllabus of UPSC, and you have to mug that syllabus up. याद कर लेना है पूरा syllabus क्या होना चाहिए? याद. Because my focus is that every day I will ask the syllabus. I will give you the copy of syllabus, distribute the copy of syllabus, and that I call what? What I call? Entry permit. Entry permit of the class is what? Copy of syllabus and copy of the program. Whole copy of the program, how many lectures for which course, how many lectures for which course, because that is a plan. That is a plan. Good. I am going to complete the entire course in how many months? 5 months. As per expectation of what? What for? B.Sc exam? M.Sc exam? Which exam? Civil services exam. Nothing else. Focus in the class is only civil services examination. You must be in a position to answer all questions in the civil services examination. 5 questions will never be any fight. If you do the class, 5 questions at the end of 5 months, you will see that both the papers I am able to do 5 questions comfortably. And the objective of the class is that it should be able to add on to your confidence level. What is the objective of the class? What is the prerequisite for the class? That you have to have the faith that you are going to be successful in the exam. Create a faith within you that you are able to do this exam. Keep on constantly reminding every day. Even if your neighbor or some room partner says that you are not good, then also you have to counter. You have to feel within yourself confident that I am no way less than the persons who are passing the exam. Every day you have to remind yourself that I am going to be successful in this exam. Every day. And for that you have to remember the syllabus every day also. Good. So first that is the essential requirement, that every day you keep on reminding, and many other times I will also keep on reminding. I will laugh in the class and I will say, you are the best. You have to consider yourself the best. I am the best. I am no way less than anybody who is going to be successful or who have been successful into the past. Remind yourself. If you do not have that confidence, please do not come to my class, because that is prerequisite for my class. I consider that everybody can do it. Good. So at the end of 5 months, what I am going to generate? What is my objective? To add on to that confidence, to build that confidence once again, that at the end of the course, you will feel more confident that definitely if I will do this much effort, I am going to get 5 questions correct in the exam. That's it, nothing else. And not even 5 questions correct. Even if your 4.5 questions are correct, then also physics is going to reward you. You are going to get exceedingly good marks in the physics optional. Good. Even if you get how many questions correct? 4.5. But 4.5 in this exam means how many? 4.5 in this exam means how many questions? 16 questions, because total number of questions being asked are typically how many? 19. Total questions asked in the exam are how many? 19. Good. So whosoever is on ground zero, who is on ground zero right now? Who have not seen the syllabus? Who have not then seen the syllabus and not seen the past year question papers? According to me, they are in what level? Ground zero. Their preparation is just starting. Good. If you have not seen, nothing wrong, nothing bad. Everybody has to start some or the other day from the ground zero. Good. So if you are in ground zero, no problem. We can run together. But ground zero, what is the basic requirement for today's class? Ground zero. You have to go through the syllabus. We will be distributing the copy of syllabus to everybody whoever has taken the tuition. Then you have to go through the past year question papers. Good. That is what is the initial level. And after 5 months, after not 5 months, after every 15-20 days, it will add on to your confidence level. It will keep on boosting your confidence level. Once I will complete mechanics, then you will feel that I can answer all the questions of mechanics. Any question, any year question paper you will see that you will feel that I can answer all the questions asked from the mechanics. Once I will complete optics, you will be in a position to answer. Now everything is familiar. Although you may not have done the requisite efforts, correct? So I have designed this today's lecture in very nice way, first time. I made the whole sheets. What is prerequisite for the course? Who should opt for the physics? What is the prerequisite? What I call, many of the times I call good intrinsic level or latent energy. Different words I use. Good background. What is good background? What is good background means in this exam? Good background does not mean the academic background. Good background means that you have got physics is written in the language of maths. Good. What is the language of physics? Mathematics. Physics is not written in Hindi, English or Urdu or Tamil. Physics is written in which language? Maths. Your mathematics must be good. What level of mathematics I require? Vector calculus. So I am just saying in the beginning, first slide it will be there. I will show you tomorrow because today they are saying internet is not working. Prerequisites. What are prerequisites for starting this course? Not your B.Sc degree or M.Sc degree or B.Tech degree, nothing. Any degree, whatever you have got. What is prerequisite? Good background of vector calculus. You should be familiar with curl, gradient and divergence. What is curl? What is gradient? What is divergence? Vector identities. Different vector are del dot phi a. What is del dot phi a? I am not quoting. I am just giving you what you should know. You should know vector calculus. You should know differential equations. And you should have good background of calculus. Integral calculus. Integrals of the format of 0 to infinity. E raised to power minus x, x raised to power n minus 1 dx, which is called what? What is it called? बताइए. Integration 0 to infinity. Integration 0 to infinity. E raised to power minus x. Exponential raised to power minus x. X raised to power n minus 1. N is any integer greater than 1. N minus 1 dx. What is this integration called? Gamma function. What is it called? Gamma function. Everybody must be familiar with what integration? Gamma function. First class, 0 class. What is required? Gamma integration. 0 to infinity. E raised to power minus x. X raised to power n minus 1 dx is called gamma n. And then different small. This is B.Sc first year course. This calculus is which course? B.Sc first year this is taught, gamma integration, correct? Gamma functions you must know in calculus, and definitely integration root a square minus x square dx upon root a square minus x square integration, those kind of things you must be familiar. Basics about ordinary differential equations, second order differential equation. How many arbitrary constants? If a second order differential equation, how many arbitrary constants? Two arbitrary constants. Good. Nth order differential equation, n arbitrary constant. First order differential equation, one arbitrary constant, correct? That is how we frame the differential equation. So you should have the basics of differential calculus, differential equations and vector calculus. That's it. If you have got knowing these things, physics is very simple subject. Nothing. Anything can be built up. Because typically I do not teach mathematics in this class. Mathematics, wherever the need is arising, I will just use. And what I will call, what is my oft repeated statement? Mathematics is secondary and tertiary. I am not looking out for maths. I will use the maths and write down the result and interpret. What is being tested here? Physics. What is being tested in the exam? Physics. It is not the maths. But maths is prerequisite. Because if your maths is wrong, you will not be able to get the particular result. Good. So class requires prerequisites. Clear what are prerequisites? Prerequisites in class are clear. What is prerequisites? Prerequisites mean background of maths. You can revise from engineering mathematics book or from your B.Sc level books, or whatever I will be doing in the class, go and do at your home. Because everywhere I will say, like if some identity I am using, I will tell you curl is this, gradient is this, but for me it is what? Fast forward mode. Good. Whatever the syllabus of mechanics, simplest course, mechanics. Good. If you go to the syllabus of mechanics, whether the entire course has been taught in B.Sc first semester course, mechanics is taught in B.Sc first year. Mechanics is taught in B.Sc first year, correct? Or mechanics is taught in some other course. How many of this side is B.Sc pass? Lot of people are B.Sc, so you should be able to tell me. Mechanics is first semester, correct? Go through the syllabus and tell me what percentage of syllabus has been taught in first semester to you. Have you ever been taught your moment of inertia, tensor, Euler's equation of motion, central force motion, or your 4 vector? There are all the topics which are the part of momentum energy transforms, momentum energy 4 vectors. These are part of the syllabus. Good. This course, this you must have been taught in which course? B.Sc third year. So the course is an amalgamation of B.Sc first year course and B.Sc third year course. 1 semester course for B.Sc first year, 1 semester course for B.Sc third year. And that is a mix. Only single course. All other courses are also like that. So the entire course of mechanics, whatever has been prescribed in the syllabus, in universities it is taught for how many months? 8 months. Good. And how many months? How many lectures you want to complete the whole course? You have not come here to do the 4 months. You want to do the whole course in 4.5 months. How many lectures I am going to complete the entire course on mechanics? 15 lectures, 16 lectures, 17 lectures, 18 lectures, that's it. I cannot afford to take your 100 lectures or 50 lectures for the mechanics course. Good. Because everybody whosoever is sitting in the class, he or she has qualified B.Sc, has done M.Sc, has many of them done B.Techs, good qualifications. Good. And they are preparing for what? Civil services examination. They have already gone through the grueling schedule of all this, whatever is taught in the Indian university. So my class, 3 definitions. I cannot afford to teach like a university teacher. I cannot afford, otherwise I will not be able to complete the whole course. This course, whatever has been prescribed into the syllabus of UPSC is typically 4-year degree course. Syllabus pertains to a 4-year degree course. 4-year degree course is a new education policy. They have come up with the 4-year degree course. Otherwise, degree programs in India is how many years? 3 years. So typically, whatever has been prescribed in the syllabus, that can be covered by 3 years of B.Sc and 1 year of at least M.Sc. So 4-year course. Good. Many of the times I call it my constraint motion. Motion is what? Constraint. There is a restriction in my motion that I have to complete the entire course. In how many months? 5 months. 4.5 to 5 months. 5 months I have to complete. The course of how many years? 4 years. 4-year course. I have to do justice according to requirement of UPSC exam. Good. So can I run like a university teacher? I am not a car. So many other times I say what? I am not a car. I am what? Flight. Aircraft is running. Within 2 hours 10 minutes, you will reach Bangalore. From Delhi, you take a flight, and within 2 hours 10 minutes, you are landing in Bangalore. Less than 2 hours, you are landing in Guwahati. 2 hours 30 minutes, you are landing in Trivandrum. So we are going to 3 destinations. Guwahati, Trivandrum, Bangalore. Within how many hours? 2 hours. And out of 2 hours, how many hours I have to teach physics? 90 minutes. Because that restriction is coming from where? Whom I am honoring. Physics believes in honoring people. Good. Tesla. Magnetic field is measured in Tesla. Tesla means honoring Tesla. Tesla. Good. Pressure is measured in Pascal, to honor Pascal. Force is measured in Newtons, to honor Newton. Physics has got a unique tradition of honoring their stalwarts. Good. Distance, very small distance within the nucleus, 10 raised to power minus 15 meters. Fermi, Enrico Fermi. To honor Enrico Fermi, I am calling the distance even Fermi's. Temperature, Kelvin, Lord Kelvin. William Thomson, we call him Lord Kelvin. To honor him, I am making the temperature scale as Kelvin scale, correct? So physics has devised a unique way of honoring all the persons. So we will also keep on honoring the person in between. And whenever I will honor the person in the class, then I will call them immortal. What word I am going to use? Immortal. Physics had made them immortal. By passing civil service examination, you will get a livelihood. And you will get a passport to run the country. But by doing good in the world of physics, you aspire to be what? One becomes what? Immortal. Every day their names are to be taken. Schrodinger, Enrico Fermi. Good. So, what is the first thing? What was the objective? Believe in yourself, and at the end of the course your confidence level will be boosted. Good. How that will be boosted? How that will be boosted? By having 2 points. One is that proper planning, proper strategy. And then second is proper practice. 2 things. What is the successful and unsuccessful people? What is the difference between them? Successful people have got proper plan. Proper plan also you can call proper strategy. Proper study, proper plan. And plan could be anything in the life. Good. So first step is proper plan. How the proper plan is made, that I am going to explain you in due course of time. First is proper plan. And second is proper practice. Practice makes a man efficient, more efficient. Practice. Good. Yesterday, my classes are non-stop. Classes are non-stop. Every day is a class. Day before yesterday, not yesterday, because yesterday was Sunday. And typically I do not take the classes on Sundays. Typically. Day before yesterday. In the class, I narrated seven habits of efficient people in public life. What did I say? 7 habits of efficient people, efficient persons in public life. What is the first habit? I have to tell you. What is the first habit? Practical experience. Practical experience is much more important than theoretical knowledge. Good. What is the first habit? Practical experience is much more powerful than theoretical knowledge. Whatever is written in the books, that is what? That constitutes theoretical knowledge. And what is very important? Practical experience, practical knowledge. Good. That is what is most important thing required for what? Efficient people in public life. Start cultivating that from the first day. So it is not the test of bookish knowledge. I call it in different words. I have been calling the same thing, going beyond the books. This exam is the exam of going beyond the books. It is not the exam of doing the books, that you have mastered the books. Mastering the books will fetch you at the most 50 to 55% of the marks. If you want to score 65% and 70% of the marks, then you have to go beyond the books. Your focus has to be on the practical knowledge. Practical knowledge. And that is why I am connecting both the things. That is 7 habits of most efficient people in public life. Good. That is by Maharaja Thanjavur Madhav Rao. That book and article, a book has been published by Rahul Sagar. He is a professor at Newark University. He has published a book which has been in discussion in different newspapers are publishing the lead articles on that book. And this exam is also the exam of widely read nature. That not that I should focus only on the physics books. Not at all. You have to read much different from whatever is prescribed for the syllabus. Not that you have to focus only on the books. You have to know the books only, then you can go beyond the books. We will teach you all those things into the class. That every class, every course will go beyond the domain of the books. You cannot match the contents of my lectures even by reading 2-3 books. If I am teaching mechanics in 15-16 classes, whatever I will be teaching in mechanics, you read 3, 4, 5 books, then also you cannot match whatever the sir has taught. But whatever I am teaching, that will be exactly mirroring the syllabus. Because I have been teaching only that thing. Good. So many of the times I call it in other words. I am not an expert on physics. I do not claim that I am an expert on physics, but what I claim? Expert of the syllabus prescribed for civil services examination. Whatever is required from civil services examination point of view. Rarely anyone can match my level of experience and my level of interacting with the best crowd and delivering whatever is required from examination point of view. Non-stop 23 years, 4 to 5 times in a year, complete course. Good. So what is required between successful and non-successful? Beta bhai, what is required for being successful? 2 points, only 2 points I told you. What? Plan and sustained hard work. Plan and proper practice. Proper plan and proper practice. Good. Now I am elaborating the first point, proper plan. If there is a proper plan, there is a proper strategy. Proper strategy, proper plan. Good. Proper plan is that entire course I am going to complete in how many lectures? 110. Entire course I am going to complete in 110 lectures. Good. I have said this random, 110. Is it a random figure? Physics does not believe in random and arbitrariness. Good. This 110 is out of vast experience. How this 110? How this 110? 65 lectures are 2 hours for the paper 1 and 45 lectures for the paper 2. That is how I have devised. Good. So you must be wondering why 65 for paper 1 and why 45 for paper 2. Good. Try to appreciate my style of teaching. Everywhere I am raising the question why. I am trying to answer it everywhere why. Because science means what? Science requires why. Answers for why. What and how are everywhere in every subject there is what and how. But physics believes in what? Why. Why means science. You should raise the question why. Everywhere there should be answer for why. Some statement has been made. Something has been made by how. Procedure is also known to you. But you have to answer me why. Until unless you answer me why, you have not answered the science aspect. And after why, what comes? Where. Where means its application aspect. That is engineering application or any other application. Theoretical understanding of that thing. Consequences of that thing. That is what we call where. And what is the simplest? From where any problem starts? What is and how is. What is and how. What is photoelectric effect? How you derive at some relationship of mv square h nu minus pi. How? That is how. How Einstein has derived that. Important there is why that equation is there and what are its applications. That is what is holistic. Good. So plan. First step is proper plan. Proper plan. So proper plan, if you have got a proper plan, then any task can be accomplished within a short duration of time. You have to accomplish everything. You do not have 4-5 years to study. How many months you have to achieve this? 5 months. Maximum 1 year. Next year you have to appear for the mains. Good. This class is for which attempt? Minimum 2023. Class is for attempt of 2023. 2022 paper is not yet over. CSE 2022 physics optional is not yet over. When is the exam? 25th September. Paper will be coming for civil service examination what? 2022. Then civil service examination 2022. Mains will be over. Then after 2 months there will be result for mains. Then there will be personality test and then the result of CSE 2022. Correct? CSE 2023 prelims will be in the month of June and mains will be in the same month. Same month, September. Next year September. Good. So within a year, at the most, how much time you have got before you? Within a year. And they are the smartest and efficient who are able to pass the exam in 1 attempt. Who are smartest and efficient? Who have got good plan and good practice, everything whatever I am saying. Who are able to pass the exam in 2023. IAS of 2023 batch. Whosoever is able to achieve that according to my eyes, in my frame of reference, what I am going to call them? Smart and successful people. Correct? So what is the time you are having before you? 1 year at the most. 1 year. Within 1 year, whatever is required from examination point of view, everybody has to complete that. If you are able to bridge those gaps of your preparation within that, then you are going to be successful. You are smartest. Good. That is what is required. Proper plan. So how a proper plan I have evolved? I say that I am a mentor of this exam. I am mentoring this exam. Not only optional, overall also. Overall also. How many marks for means? 1750. This exam requires hard work for 1800 hours. Holistic preparation for this exam, civil services examination, can be done in how many hours according to me? 1800 hours. That's it. Good. How I have arrived at the figure? There is some logic or illogical? Some logic. There must be some logic. Why there must be some logic? Because I am teaching physics. And my subject starts from logic. Logic and rationality is the prerequisite for doing anything in physics. Correct? So if I am saying 1750 marks, then how many hours is total preparation can be done? 1800 hours. 1800 hours. Holistic preparation can be made. Good. Try to get the logic. At least 1 mark should require 1 hour or not? 1 mark should require 1 hour. So 1750 hours. 1715 marks should require what? 1 hour. 1750 hours. I have rounded them off. So how many hours? 1800 hours. Now I am justifying. How you will get 1800 hours of sustained hard work? How? 1800 hours. How? Good. If you have got if you can accomplish 1800 hours of sustained hard work, you are a super person. And this whole preparation requires how many hours? 1800 hours. Good. I am justifying. 1800 hours. Good. How you can accomplish this 1800 hours? How you can achieve this 1800 hours? And I say intrinsic energy. One should have intrinsic energy, latent energy of 1800 hours within you. And I say everybody does not have that energy. It's very difficult to achieve the energy of 1800 hours. So holistic energy, total energy, latent energy. That is the constitution of your molecules by which you are made up. That is the latent energy of 1800 hours. How you can achieve 1800 hours? Batao, 10 hours a day. 10 hours of a day sitting on the table. Then how many months? 6 months non-stop, without falling ill, without going anywhere. Good. 10 hours a day sitting on the table. If you can non-stop sit on the table for 6 months, entire preparation of this exam can be done in how many months? 6 months. But how many hours? 10 hours a day without falling ill. Because all the 30 days I am counting. Correct? But if you devote only 5 hours a day, then 12 months. Good. And here it does not mean that doing coaching, going here and there, not at all. Whose? Self efforts, your efforts. Good. So if you are able to put your efforts 5 hours a day, then how many years job? 1 year job, non-stop. Not falling ill. They are also not falling ill. 5 months of 5 hours of self-study every day, sitting on the table, making notes, doing everything. Everything whatever is required can be finished. Good. So physics optional should require how many? Same logic. How many marks for physics? 500. How many hours it should require? 500. Your focus is more scoring and more focused. Then add a little more. 600 hours. Good. What is required for physics optional? 600. Likh lo. How much effort is required? 600 hours. But that 600 hours are whose hours? Your hours, not my hours, not my class. Class is only guidance. Your 600 hours in physics. If you will put that, you are going to be successful. Good. So how you can accomplish 600 hours? Tell me. Every day, how many hours? 3 hours every day. Then how many months job? 200 days. 7 non-stop months. And if you go somewhere else, do not study for a week or so every month, physics, sustain, then it becomes 9 months, 8 months, correct? 3 hours a day. But if you study 4 to 5 hours a day, 6 months. 6 months, 5 hours a day, 20 days in a month. 5 hours a day, 20 days in a month. How many hours a month? 100 hours. How many months? 6 months. Task is so simple, it is planned. If you read 5 hours a day, what? Self-study, not my class. Then you can do everything of the subject. 20 days a month, only 20 days a month. In 6 months. If you read 25 days, 5 months, 5 hours a day. If you read 4 hours a day, 6 months. 4 hours a day, 25 days in a month. 4 hours a day, 25 days in a month as per my class. Then how many months it requires? 5 months. Good. So you can complete the entire course up to requirement of UPSC examination. What is prerequisite according to me? What is prerequisite? When you should opt for the subject? When you have got energy within you to do self-study for how many hours? 4 hours a day. That is prerequisite of my course, because my constant is that I have to complete the entire 4 years course or 5-year course in how many months? 5 months. That is my constant. And university teachers do not do even that. Even when they teach 4 to 5 years, then also you are not able to answer any question of the UPSC exam. And at the end of my course, you will be in a position to answer almost all questions of UPSC exam. So my constant motion is that it is an experience of what? Flight. हवाई जहाज उड़ रहा है, हवाई जहाज. तुमको बैठने का सौभाग्य मिल गया है. क्या मिल गया तुमको? You have got an opportunity to sit in my class. Otherwise, every day I throw everybody off, and that is what is my nature in the first class itself. If you do not match the requirement of energy in my class, please do not join the class unnecessarily. It is not for you. It is not for you. This class is only for those people who have got sufficient energy. Because everybody is never going to pass this exam, and at least with physics they are not going to pass the exam. Best subject, then also how many are going to pass? Only 20%. 80% people have to flunk. 80% people are bound to flunk this exam. And my focus is only on whom? Whom I am focusing my attention on? Only those 20% people who are going to be successful in this exam. So I am going to enlightening them. They have got energy. That is why I am starting. I can do that. Whom I can ignite? Whose confidence I can boost? Only those people confidence I can boost who think themselves that they can do. If they are frightened on their own, they do not think they can do. I cannot help. No one can help them. God can help only those who are confident of themselves. Correct? So first you should feel yourself that I can do. And then I can do 4 hours of efforts also along with the class. 2 hours of the class, 4 hours of self-study. Whole course can be completed in how many months? 5 months. Physics is completed. Then only 2-3 months of planning and taking the test series. It does it. Good. Planning is clear. Plan is clear. What is required? What are prerequisites for the course? That is also clear. Whatever else, and who gains knowledge? Who can benefit from my experience? First trait, according to Tanjavur Madhav Rao, that practical experience is much more important than theoretical. Then what is the second? What is the second? Open to argument. Correct. What is the third? Because my focus is what? Whomsoever you are counseling, whomsoever you are taking as a guide, you should have full faith and respect. That is another trait, third trait or fourth trait. Good. If you are coming for my class, then you should have full faith in my abilities and in my knowledge. You are coming not for my knowledge, you are coming for my experience, vast set of experience, gone through so many things. Many of the students coming to my class are referral students. They have been sent by the successful candidates or their parents have guided them, they come to the class. Very few come through advertisements. I do not give any advertisement. Good. So what is the requirement? Another habit, because 7 successful habits I am quoting of most successful persons in public life. First is value practical experience over the theoretical knowledge. Second is that you should be open for arguments. Everywhere I am open for the arguments. Whatever I am saying, I am letting you question the sources. From what sources I am basing my knowledge. Good. I will always say that whatever I said, the data 10% people have passed. What is the focus? From where that data has been quoted? From UPSC reports. You can go and cross check on your own. Good. So I am open for argument. Second. Third most important aspect is whosoever's counsel, advice you are going to believe, you have to have a faith on that and respect on that. Most important aspect that you should have the respect. Whosoever has been successful, they have gone through the same classes. They have gone through the same advice. So you have to also for taking the benefit of the advice, you should have faith. That if I have said that class will be completed in 16 classes, then it will be completed in 16, 17 classes. If I say it has to be done like that, you have to follow the book, you have to do that. If I say do the derivation 4 times, then don't use your intelligence. If I say that you have to do the derivation 4 times, you have to do the derivation 4 times and see the effect. जब 4 बार कर लोगे और जब पेपर आएगा तो तुरंत कर दोगे 5 मिनट के अंदर, then I will say the question has to be done in 7 minutes. In the beginning you may not appreciate, but once you have done the 4 times a derivation, and in the exam you are able to do in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, you will be happy that you have been taught properly, whatever is required. Because few questions will always be new, and to take advantage of new questions, whatever are the conventional questions, that have to be done within time and with the level of excellence, with the level of presentation. For that I always keep on giving you certain hints, guidance, that is how. 10 mark question, 1 page, 1.5 page, not more than that. If you are writing something more than that, you are writing extra. Extra is bad in this exam. I will keep on giving you all those kind of advices throughout that thing. So important is that you have to have faith. And I call in my words, Saddhavan labte jnanam. Who gets knowledge? Who gains knowledge? Saddhavan labte jnanam. Knowledge is obtained as secured by only those people who have got faith within themselves. And that is how Thanjavur Madhav Rao says that you should value the counsel, value the advice. I call in my words. And according to me, knowledge is what? What is knowledge? Knowledge is knowing your limitations. Knowledge is knowing your limitations. Jana to ye jana, kinna jana, kuch bhi. Good. I have taught 130 times physics, entire course, but I know how little I know. Even in mechanics, if there is some tough question, I may not be in a position to do that. But I have taught mechanics 130 times. Everything is on my fingertips. But in spite of that, what is my experience? What I say? Jana, to ye jana, ki kya? Na jana kuch bhi. I have come to know of my limitations. If I have studied, if I have dwelled deeper into the ocean of knowledge, then I have come to know, I have come to realize my limitations. That how little we know in this world. There are so many things to be known all the time. Even in one single topic, we are not the master. Even in single topic, we are not the master. Good, say things that syllabus padh liya, sab kar liya, and everything I will be able to answer. Not that. It's a game of luck. Ultimately, out of 8 questions, only 5 questions you need to answer. For doing well in the exam, you need to make how many questions correct? Only 5. If 5 questions are correct, you will get the highest marks. And your purpose is to be successful in the exam. Your purpose is not to become a physicist and knowing intricacies of any subject. Good. Then, yeah, what else? Proper plan. By proper plan, whole course can be done in 600 hours of self-study and 240 hours of classroom. Good. Out of this 240 hours means 120 classes at the most. How I have divided this 120 classes? 65 classes for the paper 1, 45 classes for the paper 2. It is plan. So plan means how many? 110. But it goes to what? 118. This batch, last batch which I have completed. I have completed the paper 2 not in 45 classes. I have completed the paper 2 in 50 classes. Good. But if my plan would have been 60 classes, then I would have taken in 75 classes. But my plan is for 45 classes. I have completed this in what? 50. My plan is for 65 classes. I have completed in 68 lectures. Entire course. Paper 1. Good. So I was answering this question. Why paper 1 65? Why paper 2 45? Why? Is it logical or random? What is there in paper 1? What is there in paper 1? Everybody should remember and tell me. जैसे पूछूंगा वैसे बोलना पड़ता है. बच्चे की तरह बोलना होता है. बच्चे ही हो. सब 25 से यहाँ नीचे हैं. 25 वाले सब क्या है मेरी नज़र में? All of them are child. Good. So how many courses in paper 1? Mechanics, optics, electromagnetics and thermodynamics. Good. क्या जी? क्या? How many courses? Oh, which 4? Mechanics, optics, electromagnetics and thermodynamics. Correct. All the 4 put together. What should I call? Classical. All of them are classical. Good. Paper 2, quantum. Then atomic and molecular. Atomic physics and molecular physics. Then nuclear and particle. Then solid state physics and electronics. What is that? Nuclear. What is nucleus? A quantum system. What is a molecule? Quantum system. What is an atom? Quantum system. Good. What is the paper 2? Quantum physics. Modern नहीं थी. Modern तो खत्म हो गया. नाम ही खत्म हो गया. बता रहा हूँ आपको. Quantum physics. Paper 2 is nothing. Quantum physics and its applications. What is paper 2? Quantum mechanics and its applications. Whenever I apply quantum mechanics to atoms, atomic physics. Whenever I apply quantum mechanics to molecules, molecular physics. Whenever I apply quantum mechanics to nucleus, nuclear physics. Whenever I apply to the particles, elementary particles, it is particle physics. Good. And whenever I apply to the study of solids, it is solid physics. Good. So paper 2 is nothing. Quantum mechanics. Good. When does the column quantum mechanics start? When does the quantum mechanics start? 1905. 5 कहाँ से? Why? What is so special about 5? Spin is 1925. Spin is 1925. Photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect is 1900. But that is also not the starting point. 1905. What is 1905? The boundary is not a quantum. Mass energy. What is it to do with quantum? क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. देखो देख रहे हो भैया, तुमने तो क्लास कर ली है ना. ये सब BSc करके आए हैं. MSc करके आए होंगे बहुत सारे. हाथ उठाओ, बताओ MSc कितने करके आए इसमें. वहाँ की तो हाथ ही नहीं उठाए. अभी देखूंगा बहुत सारे करके आए होंगे, बता रहा हूँ. अब ये नहीं बता पा रहे कि क्वांटम में, ये GS का क्वेश्चन है, फिजिक्स का क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है कि क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स, व्हेन क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स स्टार्ट्स. Max Planck, E is equal to h nu. That is the starting point. When E is equal to h nu? 1900. 31st December 1900. He goes to explain, read the paper for interpretation of black body spectrum. Temperature variation of a black body. To explain that, he enunciates that is the energy emission or absorption by a black body is not a continuous process. It is a discrete process. Energy emitted or absorbed in integral multiples of h nu. Energy is proportional to nu. That is the Planck's quantum theory. And the whole quantum mechanism is built in 1926 by Schrödinger. It built in Schrödinger 1926 to 1930. That is the development of quantum mechanical framework. Whole quantum mechanical framework starts 1926 to 1930. Spin idea of spin comes in 1925. Good. Stern-Gerlach experiment 1922. Good. So whole quantum mechanism built up in 1925. Good. The latest topic in the syllabus. Latest. पूरा कोर्स खत्म कर लिया ना पेपर 2. इधर वालों ने पेपर 2 खत्म कर लिया ना. Latest chronologically. Whatever is the syllabus. Latest मतलब सबसे लेट जो आपने सिलेबस में पढ़ा है. Which year? Which year? Latest. I am asking what is the latest year which is the part of the syllabus. Quark is 1964. Quark is 1964 सिलेबस में जो है. BCS theory, 1957. Rarely there is any topic which is other than GS which is 1980. Everything in the syllabus belongs to what? Maximum 1970. Maximum. So what is the subject matter? कहाँ से कहाँ तक शुरू हुआ? 1920, 1970. Good. How many years of physics? 50 years. Subject matter of paper 2 is how many years of physics? 50 years. Correct. In my time, this whole topics, all these topics were called modern physics. Why it was modern physics? When I was growing up, 80s, 90s, when I was growing up, then these were modern physics. 1970 was regarded as modern. Is it modern in 2022? All these notions have got how many years? More than 100 years. Whatever the development, quantum mechanical development, Stern-Gerlach experiment, 100 years old. I cannot call them modern physics. So these days it is called quantum physics of atoms, molecules and nuclei. Subject is paper 2 is can be called quantum physics of atoms, molecules and nuclei. It is a subject matter of how many years of physics? 50 years of development in the world of physics. What is paper 2? Development in the world of physics. For how many years maximum? 50 years. While in paper 1, when the Newton's laws of motion? 1675. Yeah, 1670s. Newton's laws of motion. Lifetime of Newton. Newton कब पैदा हुआ था? When Newton was born? When Newton was born? 1642. 1642. Newton was born. 1670, 1680 he has built up his in Mathematica Principia. He has built up the Newton's laws of motion, gravitation and all other things. Universal law of gravitation. Correct? So subject matter starts from where? 1670s. Good. Up to at least 1960. Laser. Laser is in paper 1. Laser. CO2 laser. HENE laser. Which year? 1960. Good. Laser is 1960. Einstein's theory of lasers. A and B coefficients. 1917. So paper 1 starts from 1670 to 1970. Subject matter of paper 1 is 1670 to 1970. How many years of physics? 300 years of physics. Classical physics is 300 years and quantum physics is 50 years. Good. That is why I cover A to Z. Paper 2 is just in 50 classes. Only thing what I do not teach analog electronics. I do not teach analog electronics because syllabus of analog electronics according to me is open-ended. That is why I do not teach analog electronics. Otherwise, everything else, whatever is written into the syllabus, that covers about more than 6.5 questions. That I cover in how many lectures? 50 lectures. A to Z. Good? 50. That is what is the plan. That is what is in plan. 2 semester course. I will be doing in how many lectures? Mechanics. Mechanics. Paper 1, how many lectures? 65. It is a plan. Paper 1, tentative schedule. Paper 1 in 65 lectures. How 65 lectures? How 65 lectures? Section A 35. Section B 30. Section A how many lectures? 35. Section B how many lectures? 30. Good. 35 2-hour classes. Non-stop. How many months I will be able to complete 35 classes? 25 classes in a month. 25 classes in a month. Then how many? 1.5. At the end of 1.5, you will be able to answer whole section A. Section A of paper 1. How many questions are asked in section A? How many questions in a paper? Question paper? 8. Whosoever does not know, they should remember. How many questions are there in any paper? Huh? How many questions? Yes, 19 questions is spread over how many full questions? 5. 8 questions are there total. 8. 8 questions are divided into how many? 8 questions. Out of 8, how many you need to answer? 5. How many marks? Paper? 250 marks. Divided into 2 sections. Section A and section B. Total number of questions? Total number of questions? 19. नहीं, total number of questions 8. How many? 8. Only 8. I will make 8 to 19. I will convert 8 questions into how many questions? 19. To do that, 8 questions. गलती से 19 पकड़ लिया था ना जी, गलती से. 8 questions. Out of 8, how many need to answer? 5. So every section there must be how many questions? 4. Section A 4 questions. Section B 4 questions. Section A has just got 2 books. What are 2 books or 2 courses? Mechanics and waves and optics. They call it waves and optics. Good. I will typically take 17 classes for mechanics and 18 classes for optics. Put together 35 classes. They are tentative schedule. This is a tentative schedule. Good. Mechanics and waves and optics. How many? So I have divided the entire big course in just this. I am going to accomplish. Mechanics has to be finished in how many classes? Lectures? 17. Every lecture is 2 hours duration. That means 34, 35 classes I have to cover. 34, 35 lecture hours I am going to do complete justice with whatever syllabus has been prescribed. There my experience counts in. Section B, electromagnetics and your thermodynamics. Roughly they take 15 classes each. 15 classes. How many classes? 30 classes. 30 classes. Correct? Total कितनी हो गई? 65. Good. So at the most how many months? Total course? 5 months ना ये. Paper 1 only 1 by 1. Total course 5 months. Total course because paper 2 is 2 months. Paper 3 months. 68 classes. 25 classes in a month. 24 classes in a month. How many? 3 months. Good. If I am able to save the time, then I will go somewhere else. क्या जी? क्या कहा मैंने? कोर्स कितनी क्लास का है? 65 क्लासेस का है और मेरे पास 3 महीने का टाइम ले रखा है मैंने. कितना टाइम लिया इसके लिए? 3 मंथ्स. तो मुझे क्या चला जाना है कहीं बीच में? बाहर चला जाए. देश बहुत बड़ा है. ये देश बहुत बड़ा है और मेरे चाहने वाले भी पूरे देश में हैं. पूरे देश में जितनी भीड़ ऐसे सुनती है ना, ऐसे ही गुवाहाटी में सुनने आती है, ऐसे ही गुवाहाटी में आती भीड़, इससे भी ज़्यादा आती है. आई हैव गॉट ए सेंटर एट गुवाहाटी एंड आई कीप ऑन गोइंग. मुंबई इज माई सेकेंड होम. जैसे दिल्ली में रहता हूँ वैसे मुंबई में भी रहता हूँ. मोर देन 70 स्टूडेंट्स आर सिटिंग इन माई क्लास हु आर स्टडिंग फ्रॉम मुंबई. Alone Mumbai. I just about 15 days back, 15 days ago, I was in Mumbai. I was visiting IIT Bombay campus. Within a notice of 1 hour, we could gather more than 15 students, and I got phone calls of 25 students who were not allowed to enter inside the IIT campus. They said, "Sir, come in the month of October. We will organize a class somewhere at Mumbai University, Kalina campus." So Mumbai is my second home. Almost every year I go. 1 or 2 times I go to Guwahati, 1 or 2 times I go to Mumbai, minimum. गुड, तो टाइम कहाँ से मिलेगा मुझे? 65 क्लासेस का है, और मैं पूरे 3 महीने में कितनी क्लासेस होती हैं? 72 हो सकती हैं. आई विल सेव द टाइम. इफ द टाइम इज लेफ्ट आउट, 3 months is the deadline for the entire course. Paper 1 I will be completing in 3 months. Paper 2 is in 2 months. What is the last date? 20th February. Whosoever is joining from 20th September. Good. First statement. Which batch you are joining? What is the name of batch according to me? 20th September to 20th February 2023. Which batch? Which batch you are studying? Which batch you are studying? 20th September to 20th February. 5 months non-stop everyday class. Good. 5 months non-stop, not doing anything, only coming to my class and going for self-study. 3 to 4 hours. 5 hours a day. That is what you afford. Within 5 months, you are mastering the syllabus. You give me 5 hours a day, 2 hours of my class, 3 to 4 hours of your self-study. Within 5 to 6 months, you are able to feel confident in physics optional. That physics optional is a very simple subject. The very way, same way I say, you will also feel that the end of 5 to 6 months, that I can also do. If I will do 2-3 more months, I will be able to get good marks in this paper. That confidence you should develop. That is the objective of the class. Good. At the end of 5 to 6. When you are doing 3 to 4 hours of self-study, prerequisite. And if you are not doing 3 to 4 hours of self-study, फिर तो कितने भी महीने का कोर्स है यार. फिर तो मैंने पढ़ा है. किसने पढ़ा है? मैंने. I have studied. You have not studied. I have studied. मुझे तो याद है. उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? आपको पढ़ने के लिए have to do. You should be prepared to do the self-study of 3 to 4 hours. Good. Then sing 1 book per course. That also I will recommend. You need not go for n number of books per course. 1 book per course is your standard thing. After that, whatever is being taught here and there, take the photocopy of that, make the notes of that. That is what is required. Nothing else. Good. So I am completing today's class at this end. In paper 1, how many books? 4 books. How many books in section A? 2. How many 2? What are these 2 books? Mechanics and optics. How many lectures I am going to complete mechanics? 17. In tomorrow's class, I will start from how these 17 lectures, how I am going to complete the mechanics in 17 lectures. We will distribute the entry permit. In tomorrow's class, what I am going to distribute? Entry permit. What is entry permit? Syllabus. I will give you the copy of syllabus, and then everybody has to remember along with me what are the topics mentioned in the syllabus. Today's class is concluded. Good. Thank you. Any question? अरे किसी को कुछ पूछना है इस साइड? Good. Anybody willing to ask any question? बोलो. Ask.
सर ऑप्शनल में हाई स्कोर क्या है अभी तक?
हाईएस्ट स्कोर कितना है? 327. 327 according to my knowledge. Any other question? No other question? Good. बताओ कहाँ से आए हो? चलो नाम बताओ अपना, कहाँ से आए हो? बैठ के बता दो. प्रिया. कहाँ से आई हो प्रिया? पलवल से आई हो. क्या किया है? कहाँ से किया है? डीयू से किया. कौन से कॉलेज से किया? दयाल सिंह से किया. और कोई दयाल सिंह वाला बैठा है यहाँ पर? और कोई दयाल सिंह वाला है इस कॉलेज यहाँ पर? कोई दयाल सिंह वाला नहीं है? ठीक है प्रिया, बहुत अच्छा है. आप कहाँ से आए हो? आप झज्जर से आए हो. ये पलवल से आए हो, झज्जर से आए हो. आप क्या करे हो? B.Sc कंप्यूटर. कहाँ से किया आपने? आपने मिरांडा हाउस से किया. बहुत अच्छा किया आपने मिरांडा हाउस से. और मिरांडा हाउस वाला कोई है? और मिरांडा हाउस वाला कोई नहीं? अलीगढ़ उत्तर प्रदेश से. क्या किया है मानसी सिंह? B.Sc. कहाँ से किया? जामिया से किया. कितना अच्छा किया. हाँ. मंजीत राय फ्रॉम विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट? बोनगाई गांव. गुड. दे आर आल्सो इन्वाइटिंग मी. Bongai Gaon. I will come to Bongai Gaon very soon. What you have done?
Engineering.
Engineering from
From Assam Engineering College.
Assam Engineering College. हाँ, Jharkholi.
Guwahati.
What? Which place? Correct place.
Guwahati Jalukbari.
हाँ, Jalukbari. वो Jalukbari. People are coming to me to Jalukbari to buy a space. In fact, I want to stay. I want to buy a space in Jalukbari. Good. Very nearby to Assam Engineering College. Yes. Tell me.
दरभंगा बिहार.
दरभंगा. हाँ. मिथिला. ललित नारायण मिथिला यूनिवर्सिटी. हाँ. ललित नारायण मिथिला के बारे में जानती हो कुछ? क्या जानती हो उनके बारे में? उनके बारे में जानो, बहुत ज़रूरी है. क्या किया? B.Sc किया? B.Sc किया? B.Sc किया ना? फिजिक्स में. बहुत अच्छा है. कितना अच्छा दरभंगा से यहाँ तक आए हो. आगे बढ़ने के लिए मेरी नज़र में क्या ज़रूरी है कि पूरे भारत को घूमना, अपने घर से 2-4-5 स्टेट बाहर निकलना. जब निकलते हैं तो क्या होता है, दिमाग खुल जाता है, अच्छा लगता है. बढ़िया. गुड. क्या नाम है? रंजीत. ZEE. So good. G. Tell me where are you from? G. Jammu Kashmir. Great. Jammu Kashmir. What? B.Tech. Electrical engineering. Very good. Physics is the best subject for electrical engineering background candidates. More than 40% syllabus is common. Electrical engineering background. Ready natural subject. Good. G.
सरिता कुमारी फ्रॉम रेवाड़ी हरियाणा.
सरिता कुमारी फ्रॉम रेवाड़ी. क्या किया सरिता कुमारी जी? कहाँ से? IIT दिल्ली. कितना अच्छा है. IIT दिल्ली से वैसे किया. बहुत ही अच्छा किया आपने. इसी बार किया है. 2020. ग्रेट. वेरी गुड. बहुत ही बढ़िया है. फिर क्या और क्या? व्हाट इज अल्टरनेटिव करियर प्लान? अगर IAS नहीं बनोगी तो क्या करोगी? कितना अच्छा है. बहुत ही बढ़िया है. फिजिक्स इज द बेस्ट सब्जेक्ट फॉर यू. गुड.
सर आंचल MSc फ्रॉम पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी.
पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी चंडीगढ़. ग्रेट. सो नाइस. कंप्लीटेड. वेरी गुड. वेरी गुड. गुड स्टूडेंट्स. यू? हाँ, शामली सिंह. कहाँ से आए हो शामली सिंह? शाम्भवी सिंह नाम है. कितना अच्छा. कहाँ से आए हो? वाराणसी से आए हो. कितना अच्छा. तुमसे फ़ोन में बात करी थी मैंने, पहले नहीं करी थी. वाराणसी से आए हो. क्या किया वाराणसी से? कहाँ से? हाँ, UP कॉलेज से किया है. उदय प्रताप कॉलेज से पढ़ के आए हो. कितना अच्छा करके आए हो. बहुत ही अच्छा. आप बताओ. हाँ, कोई बात नहीं. मेरे स्टूडेंट तो बता दो फिर से. अब फिर इधर क्यों बैठे हो? मेरे स्टूडेंट उधर बैठा रखे मैंने आज. हाँ, तो कोई बात नहीं. इधर बैठ गए हो तो अब इधर बैठ गए हो तो इंट्रोडक्शन करना पड़ेगा तुमको. बताओ. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी. वेरी गुड. एक्सीलेंट. यस.
सर अंजलि वैष्णव.
हाँ.
हरियाणा पलवल एंड महर्षि दयानंद यूनिवर्सिटी.
अच्छा. MDU रोहतक से करके आए हो. कितना अच्छा करके आए हो. बताओ. अजमेर से आए हो. बताओ अजमेर से क्या किया है? बहुत ही बढ़िया किया. वेरी गुड. हाँ जी. हाँ हाँ. बारिश. हाँ.
जनपद से आया. जनपद दिल्ली में.
अच्छा.
दिल्ली से.
हाँ. दिल्ली के ओरिजिनल रहने वाले हो. अच्छा. दिल्ली आई तो मतलब दिल्ली भी लिखते हो मतलब. कितना अच्छा है. सो नाइस. क्या किया है आपने?
सर इलेक्ट्रिकल से B.Tech किया.
तुम्हारे लिए तो नेचुरल सब्जेक्ट है. इलेक्ट्रिकल से B.Tech. कहाँ से B.Tech किया? DTU से किया. बहुत ही अच्छा है. वेरी गुड. गुड. बताओ भाई साहब, आप तो द्वारिका से आए हो. हाँ हाँ. DTU से किया आपने. अच्छा. वेरी गुड. एक्सीलेंट. यू आर रोशन फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल. विच डिस्ट्रिक्ट? कूच बिहार. वेरी नियर बाई टू बारपेटा एंड ऑल दोज एरिया. करेक्ट. कूच बिहार. राजा जाब कूच बिहार that built that all those things. Yes, I have read a novel called Raj by Geeta Mehta. That whole story is on Cooch Bihar. And so when I was coming from Guwahati to that part, I came from Cooch Bihar. Good. So you have studied from?
Cooch Bihar Panchanan University.
Acha, Cooch Bihar.
Panchanan Verma.
Panchanan Verma University, Cooch Bihar. So nice. You have done? B.Sc Physics. Great, great. Very good.
My name is Sampal. I am from Calcutta. I have done B.Sc Physics from Ramakrishna Mission Residential College, Nollywood.
Which university?
Calcutta.
Kolkata University. Good, good. Very good.
Sir, I'm Sarthak Atiyar. I'm from Pauri, Gadwal,
Okay.
Uttarakhand, and I've done mechanical engineering from IIT Bombay.
Very good. Yes.
Ranveer Singh, I come from Uttar Pradesh and I completed my B.Sc from Mumbai University.
Great. You are from Mumbai University. Good. Okay.
शुभम कार्तिक है मुरादाबाद से.
हाँ.
मैंने IIT BHP से सिरेमिक इंजीनियरिंग में B.Tech किया.
बहुत ही अच्छा किया है. बहुत ही बढ़िया. नेक्स्ट.
Girija from Odisha.
Gurija from which part of Odisha?
Balasore.
Balasore. What tell me Balasore. What you have done?
B.Sc from Utkal University.
B.Sc from Utkal University. Ravenshaw. There is a Ravenshaw college also. Now they have converted university. Good.
मनीष कहता है प्रतापगढ़ से.
प्रतापगढ़ से आए हो भाई. क्या किया प्रतापगढ़ से आके?
बीटेक कंप्यूटर साइंस.
कहाँ से?
IIT इलाहाबाद.
बहुत अच्छा किया है. बहुत बढ़िया. हाँ.
From Andhra Pradesh.
Great. Which part?
Vishakhapatnam.
Visakhapatnam. You have not any problem in following my pronunciation? Because you are my test charge in this class. I will ask you to sit in the front. Because in this batch, in the morning, I was in this batch, last IAS batch, I have got a good student called Aniket Hirde. He got 98 rank, IIT Bombay. There was another person from IIT Bombay, Pulkit. He also got 65th rank. And in the morning, I happened to meet another Aniket. Only one person I remembered because I talked to 10 to 12 people on phone. And Aniket is also from IIT Bombay and he is in Hyderabad. Aniket, he is electrical engineering pass out. He has joined my online program. Aniket, Hyderabad. So in fact, I happened to talk to a person from somewhere in Pathanamthitta in Kerala. Pathanamthitta, very near to Trivandrum. So South Indians typically are not able to follow my pronunciation many other times. Good. So I make it a point that everything, whatever I am teaching in physics is in only English. And that motivational classes, because purpose of motivational classes is to make short videos. Try to understand what is the purpose of making that thing. And whenever I speak anything in English, neither my pronunciation is not that good, and in fact, lot of people do not watch them. Many people try to watch only the things whatever are said in Hindi. So deliberately as a part of design, I have designed this course that every day I have to speak something or the other which my person outside will convert into a short video. And that makes the class interesting. Every day I keep on saying something or the other. So you will be sitting in the front row of the class and will keep on telling me about pronunciation and the language. Are you able to follow it or not? Because you are test charge for my South Indian students. More than 30% students which are not here in the class, they are from South India. More than 30% students of my physics class are coming from different parts of the country, particularly South Indian states. Many of them are not able to follow my pronunciation in Hindi. And my class is an All India class. I consider myself as an All India character and my class is an All India class. So I will ask you keep on giving me inputs about the language particularly. Good.
So Vipul Sani.
Vipul Sani.
So I am from Delhi, Odisha.
Very good.
And I have done my BTech from DTU.
DTU. Good. So how many DTU? You from DTU and who else from DTU? You from DTU. Anybody else from DTU? Okay. Sardar ji.
I am Prabhu and I am from Patiala.
Okay.
I did my electrical engineering from PEC Chandigarh.
Very good. P.Sc Chandigarh. Very good college.
So I am Anish
Ah.
from the Vajpayee and did my B.Tech from IIT Bombay.
वेरी गुड. तो ये सिरेमिक वाले बैठे हैं भाई, इनको जानते हो क्या तुम? इन वाले भाई को जानते हो? कौन से बैच के हो भाई?
2020
और तुम कौन से हो गए हो? 22 का. तुम तो बहुत यंग हो, ये तुमसे सीनियर हैं. तो जान जाओ, देखो BHU वाले दो बैठे. और बताओ भाई.
बिहार.
हाँ.
पूर्णिया डिस्ट्रिक्ट.
कौन सा
पूर्णिया डिस्ट्रिक्ट बिहार.
हाँ, पूर्णिया तो बहुत प्रसिद्ध डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, तो डरने की क्या बात है. फणीश्वरनाथ रेणु वहीं के थे ना? पूर्णिया के थे कि नहीं फणीश्वरनाथ रेणु? कहानी लिखते थे बहुत सारी. तीसरी कसम पिक्चर भी लिखी उन्होंने, लिखी कि नहीं? तीसरी कसम पिक्चर देखी है कभी? देखिए, देख लो उसको, बहुत अच्छा है. उनके नावल पे ही है वो. बताओ जी आप. अच्छा, तो शिवांशी तिवारी यहाँ रीवा से चली गई इलाहाबाद. ज़्यादा दूर नहीं, वैसे रीवा से इलाहाबाद तो नज़दीक ही है, लगा ही हुआ है. अच्छा, कितनी खुशी की बात है. बीटेक किया, किसमें किया बीटेक? वेरी गुड. तुम्हारे लिए भी बहुत नेचुरल सब्जेक्ट है, फिजिक्स बहुत ही नेचुरल सब्जेक्ट है. हाँ जी.
Ajit Sharma from Bihar, B.Tech from IIT Kanpur.
वेरी गुड. तो आगे बताओ शर्मा जी. और एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग IIT कानपुर से बीटेक किया, बहुत ही अच्छा किया. गुड. बोलो भाई साहब लास्ट.
सर मनीष कुमार फ्रॉम पटना.
हाँ.
BSc फिजिक्स.
हाँ हाँ. कहाँ से? पटना यूनिवर्सिटी से. बहुत ही अच्छा किया. बताओ भाई साहब आप. बस तो ठीक है, तुम तो ओल्ड स्टूडेंट, इधर तो सारे ओल्ड बैठे, इधर सारे ओल्ड हैं कि नहीं? इधर सारे ओल्ड है, इधर जितने भी बैठे हैं सारे, सबको सबसे फैमिलियर हूँ भाई, सबको जानता हूँ, आपको भी जानता हूँ, ठीक है जी। क्लास इज कंक्लूडेड, वी विल मीट टुमारो सेम टाइम सेम प्लेस। गुड।